Yo, what is up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about the fight between Jaleel Willis and Mark Lemminger, which is a welterweight fight at Bellator 253, Caldwell versus McKee. Alright, so Jaleel Willis is currently 13-2, Mark Lemminger 11-2. So they both have pretty good records. They're both around the same age. Jaleel Willis, 28 and a half years old. Mark Lemminger, 27 and a half years old. So age definitely won't play a factor in this fight. Jaleel Willis is 5'11" tall. Mark Lemminger 6'1" tall, which means Mark Lemminger is going to have a 2-inch height advantage in this fight. But Jaleel Willis definitely has the reach advantage as he is 76-inch reach. Mark Lemminger 70-inch reach, which gives 6 inches extra reach for Jaleel Willis in this fight. That is a huge advantage. Just those 2 inches of height for Mark Lemminger, 6 inches of reach for Jaleel Willis. Now, there currently aren't any betting odds for this fight, so if you look at those Tapology predictions, out of about 156 votes, which I get it is not the most votes to base a prediction off of, but if you just look at what the consensus of most of the people that are going to be watching this fight think who's going to win, 75% of the votes are going for Jaleel Willis to win the fight. Pretty much everyone is saying he's going to win by decision. 25% of the votes are saying Lemminger is going to win, mainly by decision. So people are thinking this fight's going to go all the way, and one of these men is going to win the fight by unanimous decision. Alright, so if you look at Jaleel Willis' record, obviously 13-2. He started his career back in 2014 with 4 decision wins in a row, followed by a first-round knockout, a unanimous decision in WSOF, another unanimous decision in Bellator, and then another unanimous decision outside of both of those promotions, which got him a shot inside the LFA, where in his first fight inside the promotion, ended up losing his fight to Kyle Stewart by unanimous decision, came back with a first-round knockout over Chael Irwin-Davis, but ended up losing the fight after that to Harvey Park by first round knockout. Now, after that second loss inside the LFA, he had one more fight with the promotion, which he ended up winning by unanimous decision. Left the promotion after that in 2019 and got 2 unanimous decision wins over James Warfield Lane and James Horn, and then went back to the LFA where he got a main event spot against Vincius de Jesus at LFA 88, in which he ended up winning by unanimous decision. Alright, so if you look at Mark Lemminger, obviously 11-2, also a very, very good record. He started his career off very, very good with a first-round knockout, second-round knockout, first-round rear naked choke submission, first-round knockout, third-round submission, second-round knockout, split decision win, okay, very close fight there. And then he ended up fighting Jason Witt, who we just saw lost a fight inside the UFC, but is still in the UFC, so a legit guy ended up beating him by third-round knockout. After that loss, he came back with a unanimous decision win over Rocky Edwards, which got him a fight inside the LFA, which he ended up winning by second-round guillotine, and then just kept on winning with a unanimous decision win over Ben Egley and a second-round TKO win over Jake Smith inside of Bellator. Now, after all of those wins, he was on a 4-fight win streak, but in his next fight against an absolute beast in Yaroslav Amosov, ended up getting his second ever loss by first round doctor stoppage, as he ended up getting cut on his eye, I'm pretty sure, in the first round, and the doctors were forced to stop the fight. Now, both of these fighters obviously very, very good. Both fighters have very similar records. Jaleel Willis just has 2 other wins on him. If you look at the way both of these fighters win their fights, Jaleel Willis, he's a decision machine. He's basically the John Jones of this welterweight division. 8 of his fights have ended in decision. 5 have ended in knockout. None of his fights have ended in submission. He gets a knockout every now and then, but most likely in his fights, the fight will go all the way and he'll win the fight by decision. Mark Lemminger is a little bit different. He likes to finish his fight more than often. Most of his fights end in either knockout or submission. He has 4 wins by submission and 4 wins by knockout, and then 3 wins by decision. So it's kind of spread out between what Mark Lemminger is going to win the fight by, but if Jaleel Willis wins this fight, it's going to be by unanimous decision. Now, some people do think Mark Lemminger could definitely get a knockout in this fight. He has some pretty good power in his hands, and he also has pretty good wrestling and grappling. And if he could get Jaleel Willis on the ground, he could probably go for some submissions and get another submission inside of Bellator, but I really don't think that's going to happen. I think this fight will stay on the feet. And I don't think Mark Lemminger is going to land that good shot that's going to put Jaleel Willis away. I mean, Jaleel Willis, I just think he's just way too technical on the striking, and I think that's why he always wins his fights by decision, and I think he'll do that tonight, and win the fight by unanimous decision. Alright, guys, if you agree, disagree, or have something to say, make sure to put a comment below, and I respect to every single comments. Make sure to like, subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss the absolute best MMA content out there. It's been fun, but I'm out of here.